Oh, you've got to love the monk.
Gotta love the monk. Ambition. But too many of us back away from it because it got made bad. If you have ambition too big for your britches, people start insulting you. Who do you think you are? Oh, you think you can do that? You don't even have any skill at that. You think you can do that? You don't have the environment. You don't have the money. You don't have the bank account. You don't have the credit. And people start puking on you when you share your big dream with them. You're like, hey, look, no, listen, I'm trying to go up here. This is where I want to be, right here. I got this dream. It's huge. I got this ambition, this dream, this hunger for more. And immediately people seek to see whether or not you are qualified. And they judge you based on your past of qualification versus your present of how you show up.
For all people to recognize that you're not who you were a year ago. You're not who you were 5 years ago. You're not who you were last week. You're who you are now. And this is the only you have control over.
Most of you are not doing what you want to do with your life because you're worried about somebody else's opinion.
The number one addiction in the world today is the addiction to other people's approval. And that's because we don't approve of ourselves.
The only way you ultimately make things better for you is, man, you start believing in you. And you don't let all the negatives drag you down. And you don't let all the noise distract you.
You've got ambitions important to you and your family and the people you're serving. And it doesn't matter what I say or the person to your left or right says. If you own that ambition, you pursue it, and you pursue it with full heart. And when you pursue it with more heart, that ambition, that keeps sparking over and over and over. You don't have to rev yourself up because it is you.
Would you start building those skills and not listen to your parents and not listen to your teachers and not listen to your friends? Respect it. But don't let anybody impose their way on you. It's you. You're with yourself, and you've got to make yourself happy first.
If you can think and speak and write, you are absolutely deadly. Nothing can get in your way.
So if you want to make a change, you have to change your vision of who you are. You have to begin telling yourself a different narrative. And the narrative you tell yourself about yourself is everything.
Nothing anyone could ever do to you, nothing anyone could ever say to you, nothing, no lie anyone has ever told you could ever diminish your worth as a human being.
But you gotta be willing to dream big enough to scare yourself. If your dreams don't scare you, you ain't dreaming big enough. If you already know the how, you're not dreaming big enough. Your why should be so big, your what should be so big that you sit back and go, now how am I gonna do that?
And what happens is we have this big aspiration, but because we don't know the how, sometimes someone tells us you don't know the how, so what do? If you don't know the how, you minimize it.
My question for you is, who controls your thoughts? Who controls your thinkings? Who do you give the keys to your brain to?
If you worry about what people think of you, it's because you have more confidence in their opinion than you have of your own.
What I'm trying to tell you is to be an individual. Think for yourself at all times. Because remember, that's the way to get out of a cult.
When I see a person that quits quickly, they have low self-confidence, low self-esteem.
If you know who you are, then by nature, you'll probably bet on your strengths. If you bet on your strengths, you'll win.
Whenever you look at somebody that's been successful, do not allow yourself to make them extraordinary at your expense. You're capable of whatever it is that they're capable of. But it comes down to the mental constructs that you're going to have to build and leverage in your own mind in order to do something great.
I know
You should understand.